They checked around inside his tent and then burst into gales of laughter. One of the Indians pointed to a hole in the ground. "You have pitched your tent over the mouth of a snake den," he said, shaking his head in disbelief. "Either you get used to the snakes, or you'll have to move." Ludwig felt himself turning red with embarrassment. Back in Saxony, no one ever laughed at him. They wouldn't have dared. Besides, he seldom made mistakes like this. In Saxony, he owned a castle and did not have to worry about scratching around for a good site to pitch a tent. Despite his humiliation, Count Zinzendorf was undeterred. He had come on a mission to negotiate with the Shawnees, and that was what he was going to do. As Ludwig began to talk with the Shawnee chiefs, it soon became obvious that his negotiations were going nowhere. The Shawnees did not trust him, no matter how hard he tried to convince them that he had come in peace as a friend. Ludwig also noticed that Chief Skikelemy and the braves with him were growing suspicious of the Shawnees' intentions. Deeply frustrated by the situation, Ludwig sat in his tent one night and poured out his heart to God in prayer, asking him what he should do. The next day, Conrad Weiser, a man Ludwig had befriended in the colony, arrived at the Shawnee village. He was a well-known mediator and interpreter between Indians and whites. He was also well respected by the Shawnees, and he was able to quickly size up the situation. That evening, Conrad and Ludwig sat by the fire and talked. "You were in great danger, Count Zinzendorf," Conrad began. "The Shawnees were preparing to kill you all." Ludwig's mouth dropped open. "Why?" he stammered. "I have done them no harm." "The Shawnees believe that you are an agent of people who want to get their hands on the silver deposits located in their territory, so they had decided the best thing for them to do was kill you all as a message to others who might come seeking their silver. I managed to convince them that you have no such intentions, that you have no interest in their silver, just their souls." "You are an answer to prayers, my friend," Ludwig exclaimed. Perhaps," Conrad replied. "But I am afraid I have been unable to change the Shawnees' minds regarding your request to send missionaries among them. On that, they steadfastly refuse." "What are we to do, then?" Ludwig asked. Conrad said. "Perhaps time will change things." "Und prayer," Ludwig added. The following day the party packed up, and Conrad led them back the way they had come. As they rode along, Ludwig was disappointed that things had not gone as well with the Shawnees as he had hoped. But his zeal was not dampened. He believed that, in time, the Shawnees would have a change of heart and invite missionaries to come and live among them and teach them. As the narrow trail led them back alongside the Susquehanna River, Ludwig thought back to his privileged life in Saxony. If his grandmother could see him now, in his muddy buckskins, with uncombed hair, and with only a few meager rations in his knapsack. She had preened and prepared him for life in the royal court in Dresden, but here he was, laying aside all that ease and privilege to be the first European nobleman to leave behind the edges of North American civilization and travel deep into Indian country. His life had certainly taken many unexpected detours from the course that was mapped out for him growing up in Saxony. Chapter 2. This Shame Shall Not Crush Me. 4-year-old Nicolaus Ludwig von Zinzendorf wanted to scream, but he fought back the impulse. He also wanted to wave after the coach as it rumbled down the road, but he did not want to send the wrong message, that it was all right for his mother to leave without him. How could she? Why couldn't she take him with her? And why did he now have to stay with his grandmother? Nobody had bothered to ask him what he wanted. All these thoughts and emotions coursed through him as he watched the coachman crack the whip. The carriage sped up and soon disappeared into the surrounding woods.